guys, a good morning and happy Tuesday. I'm Joe. This is the Joe Madden Sports podcast. I'm joined this morning by Cab, host of the Nightcap.
Yeah, and the morning sesh. We started another one too. It's
No way.
yeah, Saturday through Mondays. So it's only 3 days a week, but
I'm so excited. Tell me about this.
Oh, it's Dutch Boy and I. It's a little different, we still are gonna, like he likes to say, break bread and try and hit the bookies over the head. But what we're also doing is having a laugh. It's a little like it's a lighter type show. We show some clips and hang out and have some laughs. It's shorter. It's only a 30-minute show, and yeah, morning sesh, Saturday through Monday. You kind of got to check it out to get the vibes. I don't want to necessarily. You just got to see it.
Okay, what time does it air Saturday through Monday?
10 a.m.
Okay,
my time,
perfect.
Central. 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific.
Your Central time always confuses the heck out of me, Cab. I gotta say, I think in Eastern, so 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm gonna make sure I check that out. That's on Pub Sports Radio then?
Yes, Pub Sports Radio. Yep.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. Well, Cab, welcome back to the show. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Let's talk some baseball today. We've got some great games on the board today. I know you're interested in this Miami Marlins Philadelphia Phillies game. Got a total. What was the total in this one? 8.5 again?
8.5. Mm-hmm.
8.5. It's going to be an interesting game. What are you liking in this one?
Okay, so I don't have to go far with my breakdown on this one. I like the Phillies team total over 4.5. Basically, right now, the Phillies are tearing the cover off the ball for anybody who's been paying attention. In the month of June, they're hitting 281 as a team. And, I know we're halfway through the month or not quite, but that's a couple weeks. So for the past couple weeks, this team's hitting almost 300 as a team. Trevor Rogers is on the mound for Miami. He's got a 5.58 ERA this year. Hitters are hitting 275 off of him, okay? And to put that into perspective, in 50 innings pitched, that's 55 hits that he's given up. That's pretty bad. That's not good. And on top of that, he's got a 1.54 whip because to go along with his 44 strikeouts, he has 22 walks. So what that's telling me is he's walking people and letting people get hits off of him. When you combine those two things, that's how you get a 5.58 ERA. And with the way the Phillies are hitting the ball, I mean, to me, this is a team total opportunity I couldn't pass. I'm glad I don't have to go 5.5 with it because honestly, I would understand if the books put it at 5.5.
I would understand if you took the whole game that the Phillies could get over this 8.5 against Rogers. He really has been allowing some huge hits, and I think the Phillies are going to have a huge day. So I'm happy you're taking that over 4.5 for the team total because I think they could push this game over themselves.
I do too. Like, so are you saying you're interested in the full game total, basically?
Well, yeah, I like the Phillies so much that I think they could probably get it over by themselves in this one. I think the best way probably is taking the Phillies team total because that seems like free money.
It does. And I got plus 104 for my juice on it. So
there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have to go too far into it because I'm looking at Rogers and the Phillies offense. And that's another thing I like with team totals is you're cutting down your variables. I'm sure we've talked about it on here before, but for anyone that's new or hasn't heard it, when you bet, the reason parlays pay so much money and they're harder to hit is because every time you add another game or another play, you're adding more variables. And with baseball, you've got 2 teams that hit, you've got 2 pitchers. So right there, you've got multiple variables. When I'm looking at a team total, I'm cutting those variables down. Right now, I need 1 team to hit or 1 pitcher to throw bad. Or a combination of both kind of, but it's not, that's one thing as opposed to needing my pitcher to shut this offense down and my offense to put up runs.
Absolutely. Great way to take this game. Love the Philadelphia Phillies team total over that 4.5 and at plus money. Cab, you can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah.
So the next game on the board I know that you have interest in is the Houston Astros taking on the Texas Rangers. Should be an interesting one. This total opened at 9. Now down to 8.5 with the Astros the favorite on the road here. What are you thinking for this one?
Well, so originally when I looked at this, I was thinking Astros in the first 5, but when I break into Urquidy's numbers, hitters are hitting 322 off of him this year. I mean, that's just insane. And
Yeah.
he's got a track. He's not, he's not too old. He's got a track record as a great pitcher. But this year he hasn't done it. On the flip side, you got Dane Dunning for the Rangers. I'm not really a fan of him. Dane Dunning's at a 4.41 ERA. Hitters are hitting 263 off of him. And if you look at the last 3 games for both of these pitchers, only once for each of them have they made it more than 4 innings. So with Urquidy, you've got 4, 6, and 4 on his last 3 games. And then Dunning, you've got 4, 7, and 4. So what I'm saying is 4 out of the 6 games here, these guys haven't even made it through the 5th inning. What I really like here is the first 5 over, 4.5 runs. Like I said, I was looking at the Astros, and I'm a little torn here because I put in an early bet on the Astros, and I like to give out what I bet.
Yeah.
But as I broke into this more and more, the first 5 over just stands out to me a whole bunch because, like I said, last start for Jose, he gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 starts ago, he gave up 2 hits and 2 runs and only went 4 innings. Dane Dunning, 4 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 starts before that, 4 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. I mean, these guys are struggling making it through 4, much less 5.
Yeah, absolutely. So that over in the first half is 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, great way to look at it. And I hear you on the Astros, kind of concerning with how strong the Rangers have been in game 2 of a series. They've won their last 8 in the situations in that game too. And as a home underdog, they are 7-2 in their last 9. Not sure I can get there with the Rangers, but kind of is a stay off for the Astros for me because of that.
Yeah, and another thing with that total too is in June the Astros have been hitting 281 as a team, so they're hitting very well. The past couple of weeks as a team. I know for the season they've been a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team, but lately they've been hitting the ball. And then the Rangers in June they're hitting 243, which that's nothing to get excited about, but for the Rangers that's good.
Absolutely, it is good for these Rangers here. Should be definitely an interesting game. Any thoughts on that full total or just that first half?
So I kind of thought about the full total because I do like to get involved in any game. The Rangers like to, if they win games, it's usually like 7-4 or 6-4, something like that along those lines because they're going to give up runs. It's just what they do. But if I'm going to play it, it's hard to stay away from the first 5 here, just knowing that these pitchers struggle so much making it through 5 innings, like both of them do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, the last game on the board I know that you have interest in is the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the St. Louis Cardinals in the second game of the day. This should be an interesting one. Total is at 9.5, high total here, but this is a doubleheader game.
Well, I tell you what. So when I sent you that, like I said, I've broken more into them. I was interested in that because I was interested in finding a way to back Michaelis. We backed him last time I was on the show and he cashed for us. That was last week. Tuesday, right? Maybe it was Monday.
Yeah, last Tuesday.
Okay,
Monday.
yeah, last Tuesday, yeah. So he cashed for us last Tuesday. And I wanted to find a way to back him again because he's kind of been one of those pitchers that doesn't do well on the road we talked about, but he broke out of that recently. Anyways, long story short, I think the juice is too much. So this game is a lesson to talk about where even though I really liked it, I'm not going to force something for anybody who's looking at stuff. You've got to find value in your plays. And I'm not forcing something on him with this much juice. I just can't find a way to do it comfortably. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you on that because as a home favorite, they're around -208 here, not getting much value on that run line either. So the only way to take it would be an extended sort of run line, which is scary situation.
So, and also, like you said, at home, if you're going to lay a run line, I found for myself personally, you want to take a team that's on the road. Okay. Baseball's a game of 27 outs is what they say, because, through 9 innings, you get 27 outs. But here's the thing. If you're the home team and you're winning the baseball game, your offense does not get 27 outs. You're losing 3 outs in the 9th inning, which is a big deal. I know it might not, you're just like, oh, it's 3 outs, but when you're playing totals, overs, right? If you're going to go under, that's a different story. But if you're playing an over, 3 outs is a big deal. And on the flip side, if you're going to play an under and you're looking at it and you're thinking, hey, the Astros are at home today, they might win, and I like this under a whole lot. Okay, well, that caps even more towards it because you might have 3 outs that you don't have to get. Yeah. So That's a big deal. I mean, crooked numbers come once every few innings, and you never know when that crooked number is going to come, and being able to hit it or avoid it is a big deal.
Yeah, great lesson for new bettors in MLB for sure, Cab. Thanks for putting that out there because I think a lot of people don't realize that. To
I hope
not
I
be able to
explained
get those.
that correctly. It sounded kind of confusing, but
No, you
okay.
perfectly explained it.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so tell us more about your shows, where people can find you, everything that you have going on, Cab.
Yeah, absolutely. Pub Sports Radio, that's the main thing. You can find either of my shows on Pub Sports Radio, but more importantly, you can find a list of like amazing shows. They've got a whole bunch of really great stuff going on over there. Shout out to Jeff Slaughter and Victor, who's been helping me behind the scenes. Great people, great company. Check them out.
Awesome. Cab, where can they find you on social media?
Dabby Cab. That's all my handles anywhere. So at Dabby Cab, you can search that, find it. That's going to be mine. Seems to be open everywhere I go.
Okay, that's awesome, you guys. Make sure you go give Cab a follow. Cab, thank you again for joining me here on the Joe Madden Sports Podcast. You guys, I will be back at the bottom of the hour with my next guest. Cab, have a great morning.
You too.
Thank you.